Wood fire springs forth. What bile does bubble? Yes. The black moon swings, but the skies does trouble. Oh no, oh dear, oh gosh, oh my. By Valentines, we cheer the light. Through the shadows, madness beckons. We are at night!
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Wed at Night!
Breaking news. We have a major story developing. Let's go there now.
We have breaking news here in the smallest city in Europe, Hallstatt, in Upper Austria, in the country of Austria. Population 800 or so, has been celebrating non-stop the last week. Neighboring cities and neighboring neighbors have grown from resentful to curious, and it looks like the good news is spreading. What good news could this be, you ask? Well, unbelievably to some, including this reporter, the good news is the release of infamous singer-songwriter Ryan Bryan's now classic song, Handjobs from Heaven. The locals have become smitten with the tune, fertility rates are up, cleavage is everywhere, and the people cannot stop touching each other. We reached out to Ryan Bryan for comment and received this.
Well, hey, Hallstatt, in the state of the Upper Austria, in the country of Austria. It's the Rye. I love you, baby. Thanks for making me a big success. I always knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't know it was gonna happen in Hallstatt, but this is where the soft rock revolution's gonna begin. Hallstatt's gonna be the place where it all started. The soft rock revolution's coming, baby. It's Rye Guy. It's Rye. As soon as travel restrictions lift, I'm gonna bang all of you. Wow, fucking wow. What? Wow. Hi, howdy, what's going on, Waniverse? I'm Patrick Galactic, and I'm wide awake because it's 10 p.m. Pacific, which means this is reasonably weird at night. But what's not reasonable at all is the fact that an entire European... Oh, I got reverb on my voice, so hello. Oop, not that one, yes. All right, sorry about that. But in my amazement at the spectacle of Ryan Bryan, I just completely lost my bearings. What's not reasonable at all is that an entire European city is celebrating Ryan Bryan as some kind of fucking genius. Hallstatt, Upper Austria? This is not gonna end well. That I can assure you. I'm sure there will be more about this. I fear there will be more about this. But on to things. Yes, many things, friends. We have many things to get into tonight, including a breathtaking performance from electric cellist Gretchen Janover, Not a Mucho music news, a super trippy video from Breakfast Tacos, and far more. But tonight, we kick it off with the OG of absurd flow, the monster himself. You know what I mean.
Drive with the focus, thrive like them locusts. Hibernate safe till develop, that's a pro tip. Fellowship but notice, embellishments in motion. Don't get tricked out with the fetish of emotion. Competitive I go in, jujitsu flow is Goshen. Divisible to no end, invisible to most big. Name motherfuckers, but them suckers making no sense. Lane switching, no tent. Fame might be paid for, but aim where you closest. Butter where the toast is, smother what the roast is. Chocolate with them sprinkles, never sweet like a hostess. Beep when they frozen, waiting at the green light. Creep when exposing a beast like I'm Goten. Feast on corrosion, unleashed like a golden retriever when I'm seeking for that foul like they holding. Bow to the most lit, smile for the cameras and you go, eh.
God damn. God damn, Terry bringing it so real every time. Blaze and Space are on a mission to figure out Terry's first appearance on Weird at Night so we can commemorate when the time comes out because the dude never drops a beat. And speaking of beats, welcome to Weird at Night! We dwell in this realm every Tuesday and Saturday now at 10 p.m. Pacific. Ting! An armada of inspiration at our fingertips. That's right, sunshine. This cosmic calamity ain't no accident. It's an art share celebration even baby Jesus would enjoy. Weird at Night is a twice weekly art voyage through the stars. We love music. We bring the surreal comedy. Weird at Night is like a smoky patchwork quilt of the Twilight Zone, 90s cable access, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and Reading Rainbow all stitched in. We're astonishingly wholesome for people who say fuck as often as we do here. More importantly than all of that, we're a showmunity. The chat is 100% where it's at. A lot of the stuff we'll be showing tonight was made by people hanging out in the chat. So give thanks to the Queen Most High. You're chatting amongst royalty. So distractors, spammers, you'll be ejected. Don't fear the darkness, darling. We're weird. It's night and you're in the right place. If you give us a follow at some point in the night, I'll sing you a little tune. If you subscribe, which is so helpful in this unpaid artistic endeavor, I'm going to grab the guitar. I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to write you a song live on the air with your name in it. All right? So let the art extravaganza begin. We have a loaded show for you tonight. Loaded! You hear me, God? Learning. Let's talk about this for a minute. All right. The week is off to a zany and wacky start for me. I've got college classes spilling out of my who's a wits, and there ain't no end in sight. But good thing. I'm taking classes that actually enrich me as a human being, so it's actually really awesome work to do. I've got 2 graphic design classes and a motion graphics class going on currently, so prepare because in a few months, this place might get even weirder. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? What are you learning about right now? I want to know. At me in the chat. Whether you're in school or not, hopefully you're keeping your brain busy. Hopefully you're keeping yourself occupied. I think it's the fountain of youth, people. I think it really is. But let me know. I want to know what you're learning about right now. Now we're going to switch subjects. And this is kind of a outside the box big one. But a lot of people have brought it up to me. I'm pretty excited to bring it up because people are asking me, do we want to have a Weird at Night summer hang? We don't have a location. We don't have a date. We don't have a time. This is an open discussion. Do we, the Waniverse, the community, want to get together this summer for some kind of hang? We could do bonfires and barbecue. We can come up with all kinds of fun ideas, but this seems like a no-brainer to this host. Throw a lard up in the chat if you want to do it. So if you're throwing lards up in the chat, that is in favor of this hang this summer. We'll see them on the screen, as you know. And if we get enough, we'll talk about it more at the chat break. And I want everybody to think about it, okay? Because I think it could be super cool. So coming up, the sun's gone down, but the real shit is just getting started. First up, Weird-arinos, all the Weird-arinos. Wherever you're watching, ask me a weird question. It can be about whether I think a mop is an effective murder implement, or whether I prefer the work of John Candy in Armed and Dangerous or Wagons East. Just ask one. At me, and we'll answer when we come back. But we got Nanamucho and Nina on board. We're going to ask ourselves how to be happy. We're going back to Dada so we can jump forward to now and much more. But first, I have an absolute delight for you. Gretchen Yanover is a friend of mine, but more importantly for these purposes, she's an incredible cellist who's carved out a truly beautiful and unique style of her own with her electric cello, reverb pedal, and looper. Check this out. This is Gretchen live. Wow. That was the incredible Gretchen Janover, cellist extraordinaire, a friend of mine, and somebody that I've been lucky to see play live a number of times. I wanted to use that song because I wanted to get us in the right kind of mood tonight. Tuesdays, we're shifting around a little bit. Tuesdays like more of a art meditation. Saturday's more like a party. So tonight, I need your brains, I need your focus, I need your creative thought process. But if you need music to meditate to give yourself a break, to study, Gretchen is the best. Like I said, I've seen her perform live many times. When you walk around a corner and you hear all these cellos playing, and you look and it's one person making all that sound, it's unbelievable. And that's what it's all about, damn it. Inspiration. Feed me more. While the universe waits to decide what to feed me, I'm going to answer some questions. So let's do that now. All right, we got a lot of stuff that came in. I asked people, what are you learning about right now? Alex F&V said, I learned the difference between alligators and crocodiles. Yes, you did. Text it to me last night. It's a mouth issue. Lene Cook said, I've been learning to perfect a Russian accent. LOL. Also been learning to play piano. Very nice, Lene. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Ash Maddie, right now I'm learning about superhero movies and cryptocurrency. Why not? Huh? We're doomed. All right. I had asked, do we want to have a get together this summer? Throw a lard up in the chat. There are many lards in the chat, plus people just saying lard. So I think that's a yes. So let's make that a point to discuss in the Discord tonight after the show. If you don't know, we get together for about an hour after every show in our Discord voice chat, and we all hang out. Whoever wants to join us, it's super fun. So make sure you come take part in that. So let's get back to these comments here. There's so many. Let's see. JLG said, I'm learning about film. Lene Cook, question for me. Are you a toilet paper facing forward or toilet paper facing the wall kind of person? I have lived with 2 partners, and so I am a toilet paper forward person. And by forward, I assume you mean you simply tug down on the roll and it comes down versus pulling it all the... Yeah, I'm a forward guy, for sure. Great question, Lene. Great question. Twist said, Ironic Twix said, what they are learning is how not to be afraid of their own creative potential. That's fantastic to hear, Twist. And I hope all of us are embracing that challenge each and every day, because as creators, we are always slightly afraid of what we might accomplish. So take Twist's words to heart, please. Ash Matty asks, have you ever considered calling these recurring segments on Dadaism, Who's Your Dada? No, I have not, and I never will. Madsy Endtime said they're learning about delegates in C#, how to write more compelling screenplays, always researching new animation techniques in Procreate. Very cool stuff. I'm just getting schooled on this stuff, Madsy, so that's awesome. Alex F&V asks, who would win in a fight, Chandler Bing or Carlton? I gotta go Carlton. Carlton was clearly more coordinated. The dancing kind of displayed some physicality, and between the two, that's kind of all you really have to go on. So I would say Carlton would definitely whoop Chandler Bing's ass. What would a one Eurovision entry look like? Twix asks. That would be awesome. I'd have to think about it, but I'm imagining tigers, at the very least, fire. I'm imagining some kind of flash mob coordinated thing. But it's coordinated. It's not really a flash mob. It's part of the act. Madsy End Times asks, which capillary would you sacrifice in order to save a mosquito species from extinction? I'll let you pick, Madsy, because I honestly don't know my capillaries all that well. So I'm just going to assume that you do. Raise on Rhythm just says blockchain. Nice. And then Ash Matty finally says, you just got Who's Your Dada rolled. Weird at night. I know I did. I know. Easy win, buddy. Easy win. You got to give everybody a win every now and then. All right, those were great questions, and I really, really love answering them. We don't have to stop there either. You can just keep adding me. I'll keep answering them in the chat or as we go. But from questions to answers, we're always looking for something. But something we never need to look for because it's right here with us each and every episode is the incredible tones of our friend, Not For Sale. All right, some more great shit from Not For Sale. It's a vibe, people. It's a vibe. Make sure to check out his Bandcamp and at the very least follow him because he's always dropping new stuff and it's always interesting. Now, we've connected. We've caught up with each other a little bit. We're maybe gonna all get together this summer, and I definitely want to talk more about that. But now that we've grounded ourselves to the earth, we've indulged our needs for artistic reverie. Well, we all know there's more to life. Not much more, but a little bit than just art. Like, how can I be happy?
How can I be happy? Some people believe that there is one single meaning of life. They think that the universe was created for a purpose, and that human beings are part of some larger cosmic plan. They think our meaning comes from being part of this plan and is written into the universe waiting to be discovered. A humanist view of meaning in life is different. Humanists do not see that there is any obvious purpose to the universe, but that it is a natural phenomenon with no design behind it. Meaning is not something out there waiting to be discovered, but something that we create in our own lives. And although this vast and incredibly old universe was not created for us, all of us are connected to something bigger than ourselves, whether it is family and community, a tradition stretching into the past, an idea or cause looking forward to the future, or the beautiful wider natural world on which we were born and our species evolved. This way of thinking means that there is not just one big meaning of life, but that every person will have many different meanings in their life. Each one of us is unique, and our different personalities depend on a complex mixture of influences from our parents, our environment, and our connections. They change with experience and changing circumstances. There are no simple recipes for living that are applicable to all people. We have different tastes and preferences, different priorities and goals. One person may like drawing, walking in the woods and caring for their grandchildren. Another may like cooking, watching soap operas, savouring a favourite wine or a new food. We may find meaning through our family, our career, making a commitment to an artistic project or a political reform, in simple pleasures such as gardening, in hobbies, or in 1,000 other ways, giving rein to our creativity or our curiosity, our intellectual capacities or our emotional life. The time to be happy is now, and the way to find meaning in life is to get on and live it as fully and as well as we can.
Wow. What a great video from Humanist UK that was narrated by Stephen Fry. You know, the thing about humanism And the prevailing beliefs that they express in that video is essentially what they're saying is, we don't know why we're here. There wasn't a meaning that we were put here for that we can discern currently with what we know. So we have to create our own meaning for ourselves individually, ourselves, complicated creatures with our own desires, our own likes and dislikes. All of the things that add up to make a person are all different within all of us. We all know that. Then why the fuck do we walk around trying to make people jump into these narrow, defined boxes so that we can be happy, right? So what humanism is really talking about. So Ash Maddie asked a kind of smart ass question. But what if you hate everyone and everything? Does that mean you aren't a humanist? That does not mean that, Ash Maddie. If you hate everything and you hate everyone, yet you understand that you are but one person who doesn't have a right to go and affect others with ill intent simply because you're feeling it, then you still could be a humanist. That's actually kind of absolutely possible. And so I guess what I would like to say to everybody is recognize that though we are all here and we all have goals and purposes that are meant to be special to us, right? We need other people on that voyage. And to have other people on that voyage, we have to have respect for the effect we have on other people. You have to respect the impact that your negativity can have on other people. You have to respect the way your love can affect other people. It's a real deal. It's a real thing. And on Weird at Night, we like to keep it zany and wacky and keep the spirit high. But hey, we got to take a moment to recognize this every now and then. Look around you. Look at the world around you right now. Look at what a fucked up mess it is. It's because it's full of people trying to make other people do things completely differently. That's not how we're meant to be. That's not how you're meant to be. You're not meant to be like me. I'm not meant to be like you. But we can all appreciate each other and enjoy each other nonetheless. So, that's my sermon. We got some bills to pay. I don't know. Back to capitalism. Yeah. Weird at Night is presented by the New Real America. Recommit. Recircumcise. Commitment is an act, not a word, brother. People for the ethical treatment of the extremely wealthy. Patew! We cage them. You pay them. Don's long gone lawns. Don takes acid and plays with knives on your lawn. Because God is in the grass, man. Use promo code 129-777-77999-125. Something is guaranteed to happen. It is only $10, but you can pay it in acid, which is really easy to find. No talking. Keep the kids and pets inside. We've lost a lot of great kids, so please be careful with that. Shitty's Pizza, our oldest and most treasured sponsor. The hospital is next door, and if you don't know why, just have a slice. Use promo code Why God Do We Suffer? And you'll get a free depubing, normally $4.99. Now look, when I buy a pizza, it seems like kind of a given that I'm gonna have to plop down that $5 to ensure that it's pube free. Not at Shitty's. If you use that promo code, you get a pube free pizza every time. You can't put a price on a pube free pizza, but we did. And we always give thanks and praise to bloodstool.com. From confusion to delirium, we return to Dada! That's right, the crazy-ass European disenfranchised franchise crashers of the early 1920s left one hell of a mark by simply refusing to play by the establishment's rules of art. And one of the most notable and notorious members of that movement, whose name and work carries on to this day, is Marcel Duchamp. Here's a little video about Marcel Duchamp.
Although he trained as a painter, the French artist Marcel Duchamp is known for the radical break he made from traditional art forms by inventing the ready-made, a term he coined to refer to an existing object that is taken from its original context and regarded as a work of art. In the 1910s, Duchamp began appropriating ready-made objects, including a bicycle wheel, a shovel, and a urinal, which he then signed, retitled, and presented as artworks in their own right. He did this most famously with his ready-made fountain, perhaps one of the most controversial artworks in history. Duchamp's work is characterised by a taste for jokes, tongue-in-cheek wit, and subversive humour, rife with sexual innuendos. His questioning attitude towards definitions of identity and authorship is personified by his alter ego Rose Silavy. In the mid-1930s, Duchamp began to make miniature reproductions of all the work he had made to that point, for La Boîte en Valise, box in a suitcase.
I thought of the idea of a box in which they would be mounted like in a small museum, portable museum, so to speak, and there it is.
This leather case contains 69 miniature reproductions, including Fountain and the portrait of Rose Silavy. Duchamp made 24 versions of the case, and each of these features a different, hand-coloured original fixed to the inside of the lid. The box unpacks in such a way that some sections slide out, with other folders and black-mounted prints inside. For Duchamp, there was no clear distinction between the original and the reproduction, a concept cleverly embodied in this piece. The case is also reminiscent of a travelling salesman's display case, containing a selection of Duchamp's work like a portable museum, made for his move to New York in the 1940s. Duchamp's influence has increased over time, and artists such as Andy Warhol, Damien Hirst, and Sarah Lucas have been referred to as Duchampian. He is also spoken of as being the godfather of conceptual art, with his focus on the artist's idea over aesthetics and skill. There's no doubting that Duchamp, in the age of the machine, was and still is one of the world's most influential artists.
Well, that was, as you know, Marcel Duchamp. They don't quite make him like that anymore, do they? Duchamp is almost more famous for his ideas than his actual works. Go on YouTube and there are literally videos explaining how to see his pieces so you don't dismiss them out of hand. And that's what I like about it. It challenges the viewer. It challenges the reader. It doesn't come out and explain itself at all. It makes you do the lifting. It asks you, what do you think? What do you attribute to this? I love that. I love it. That's what art should do, in my opinion. It should challenge people. It shouldn't just be something that's cookie cutter that comes to you so easily. If you love art, there's no better pursuit than the pursuit of meaning in art. So I got a question for the chat. What are some examples of Dada in the contemporary world? Where do you see the influence of Dada today? We'll talk more about it in a few minutes. But first, I want to give a huge shout out to the homies over at Converge Media. I just got some big news as the show's been going on. Blaze in Space, right before they passed out, text me that Blaze in Space and me are going to be on the morning update live with Converge Media this Friday. That's this Friday. Blaze in Space and I are going to be on air with Omari Salisbury and the crew over at Converge Media. So we're very excited about that. Very, very excited about that. We're going to show you a little trailer about Converge Media, but there's so much more to unpack, people. Make sure to go to their website and consider becoming a patron, okay? This is Converge.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice.
Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't missing my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Hell yeah, that's Converge Media. As I said, Blazing Space and I, you can see our dumb little faces on this show on Friday. We're very excited to be taking part in it. And it looks like people in the chat are excited too. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for cheering us on through this relationship with Converge. It just continues to amaze and inspire us. But we got more Dada to talk about. So, we're just looking at kind of the very, very most well-known pieces of Marcel Duchamp. You can see that these are all very different from each other. Okay, that's there's paintings, there's sculptures, there's all kinds of work. It looks like my slideshow is just alternating between 3 pictures right now. I promise there was more than that. But these, either way, these are very, very influential works that ended up defining that era to some degree. I'm not here to speak, like I said, as a qualified expert of any kind. The show is really a very blue-collar look at inspiration. But again, Duchamp's challenge to the audience is so clear. What do you think this means? Are you trying to be correct, or are you inventing your own answer? This is the challenge of Dada. It's the thrill of Dada. The difficulty of a piece is not necessarily the measure of its ability, to transform and inspire. The idea behind the piece can be just as meaningful. And that's what I love about Dada. It challenges every conventional norm and seeks kind of to change the norm. Not just to challenge, but to change the norm. And that's what I love about it. I don't know. Speaking of Raised on Rhythm here, I don't know what the song is in that Converge video, but it's a cool song. I do like that one. So now that we've ingested a little bit, it's all art, baby. But let's dream a little dream, eh? That was Medellin with a beautiful track. I've heard that song a couple times. Oh, speaking of which, look at this pink cloud shirt, by the way, that I got in the mail. I can vouch for it, baby. It's beautiful. When I wore it to the grocery store today, somebody did look at me a little weird, and I couldn't figure out why, but they were staring at my chest, and I was like, I'm up here! And then I kept walking. Anyway, Madsy in the End Time says, Tide Pod poops are the Dadaist. That's kind of true. What else did we have for examples of Dada in the contemporary world? I saw somebody mention YouTube. Raised on Rhythm says Dada equals Weird at Night. Look, we are very, very influenced by Dada. That is a guiding principle of what we're doing here. Is in our own way, what in the way we're able to. We are challenging the norms around us in this current time. However, some other examples of Dada that I would cite are like GIFs. are they're gift makers that's their profession. That's what they do. Their memes are a huge example of Dada in the current time. Any kind of trolling kind of has a Dada-esque quality to it. I don't want to make it sound too noble because it's annoying, but challenging convention largely is a didactic act. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. All right, we got Nina and Nadamucho on board with some news. Here you go.
Hey everyone, this is Nina Watson-Carey coming at you with Nadamucho Newsy News. That's new. Nadamucho is 100% volunteer-driven, supporting independent artists like you. We have some fantastic music shares for you tonight. In fact, they're hot. We're going to be dropping the links in the chat for each of these artists that we share tonight. And what we want you to do is support these artists directly. So click on those links, check out their music, buy their albums, and send them a love letter. Love you.
The doves leap from the gargoyles and the city sings. The covenant is upheld upon the stifled sound of crying. Just a butterball with robin's eggs for eyes. You found your stomach in the mirror and pinched the flesh. The seed of all your hatred in a body sign in the middle. For many years you were a man possessed, like you were the chosen one. We got our money's worth from your talent, sir. You had a brilliant run. You haven't been with they'll never take it all away. 'Cause I say, just wanna do it my way. I know, I'm better than for all my bad behavior and my careless hands. I get kind of pulled him down. All the days feel them passing through my fingers. I forgot all my plans. Pulling the wires and waves, I can hold and pull them up to keep them safe in my head. Maybe I missed you wrong. Well, maybe I missed you right, baby. Maybe you're in disguise.
We are moving on. Speaking of covered each and every Tuesday night, our friend Twist, RaQAnon member though he may be, covers our ass with some incredible, surreal flash fiction that we like to call instrumental. Check it out.
Hello, and welcome to Instrumental, a segment where I write microfiction for music that has no lyrics, such as the song Honeycomb of the 2020 album Videosphere by London-based producer Lake Turner. Let us begin. If you look to your left, you'll see a building that isn't there. You just have to walk down 7th Avenue when the sun is setting. Turn and look at the glass side of the Reading House skyscraper. Angle yourself just right so you can see all 7 of the tall buildings across the river reflected in the dark tinted windows. Then turn away from the reflection. Look across the way with your own naked eyes and count only 6. We call it the Lightning House. No one can tell you where it came from or how it works, but once it was discovered, it became very clear what it was for. The people who've lived here for more than a while don't fear getting caught in a rainstorm at all. The lightning only strikes that specific place, over and over again. Even though there are many taller buildings and parks with dead trees and open spaces where families picnic and drink milkshakes under the ponchos in the driving rain. You can see a line of tourists sitting over the water every sunset when the vision is at its sharpest, taking pictures of the empty space between buildings 5 and 6, and then trading their smartphones with each other, looking to see the slight differences in between each photo. That's the thing, everyone sees a different building, and a different building every separate time they look. Most of them describe it as having a candelabra type appearance, all of these metal arms poking out of the windows and arcing upwards, and a cross between a lightning rod and a family tree. Some of them describe it as this wavering, shaking thing, even in a still photograph, something trying to rid itself of an inner torment. Some describe it as a tall, thin pyramid, twisting at its pinnacle, looking for the lightning to collect. We build houses for our pets, for the wild birds that visit our backyards, so if you look at it in those childish terms, it makes sense that something that doesn't have a house, that tears a hole in the sky and violently plummets to earth, grasping at anything tall enough to hold onto it and scraping down the insides of it, searching and searching and shaking the walls and burning down everything to its foundation. It sounds like something vengeful. It sounds like a curse no one ever tried to lift. Thank you for listening.
God damn. Twist, that was beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Instrumental is on every Tuesday, so make sure for you tune in for Writers Night, which is Tuesdays. That's kind of, you know, we go a little artsier, we go a little righty-righty. But Twist does it about as well as it can be done. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, we're going to do some writing. And if you don't know what an auto-write is, that's what is behind me here. An auto-write is essentially a little practice where I'm going to count down from 10. As I do, you just try to clear your mind. Get as blank as you can get. When I get to 0, I'm going to say go, and everybody's just going to type in the chat. And then when I say stop, after about 30 seconds, we're all going to hit enter or return. We're going to read each other's auto-writes, and then we're going to sail off into the night. But we're going to sail off with a dope video from Breakfast Tacos. So make sure you stick around for that. Do not sleep on Breakfast Tacos video. I promise it's worth the wait. Okay. So let's do this auto-write, huh? 10, 9, clear your mind. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Auto-write, go. Whatever comes into your head, don't spell correct, don't edit. All right. And stop. I'll let these start coming in. I'm going to read mine. Don't spell it right. It's stupid looking when you do that. I try not thinking and I end up thinking harder about how to stop thinking. It's okay though, because Batman is somewhere near, and that's all I really need. Ash Maddie, unzooming who? Al Horton of the Miami Knucklefuckers, led the league in flatulence for 3 straight seasons until his rectum exploded that night out on Old Highway 2. Wow. Terry Monstrosity, is definition of flex or merely a knee-jerk perception shrouded in authoritative mess? Oh, the glory of humankind, the beauty of nothingness, said to be everything, wonder with joy, compassion, and Thanks, Terry. I'm Fatty Magoo. Tacos. Hey, Fatty Magoo, you still here? Tacos. Of all the things I tried to clear from my mind for this, tacos remained. Alex FMV, whatever happened to Mike O'Malley? I saw him in some, Sid Rucci said, Alex FMV, whatever happened to Mike O'Malley? I saw him in some movies not that long ago, but I hope wherever he is, he's happy in the Aggro Crag. Was it called the Aggro Crag? I don't know, but the Blue Barracudas on Legends of the Hidden Temples were my jam. If I was on Nickelodeon now, I wouldn't be able to be slimed. Damn. Dartone, the third. I am tired of raccoons. I lie to people all the time, lying about how many raccoons I kill. My name is Patrick Galactic. God damn it, Dartone. Mad Z End Times. If the allegory of the cave is a metaphor for fascism, is that implying that the cave is itself fascistic? Or Lenny Cook. Auto-write, what do I write? Isn't this what I journal for? Really didn't see this coming tonight. That rhymes, LOL. My eyes are dry and I think there's too much lotion on my fingers. This feels gross. That was a great auto-write, Lene. Very, very good. Freddie Dalmastar, hey! Covering Zappa tonight has gifted me with the chaotic vocalscape creation experience I've always wanted. That's awesome, Freddie. I have to hear that. I cannot wait to hear that. Sidrucci, Lions, Ash Matty, taco thoughts are hard to ignore. I'm Fatty Magoo. Raised on Rhythm, the end. Well, everybody, this has been an absolute pleasure to spend this evening with you. I'm loving the 10 o'clock thing. My energy's getting right for the time, I think. We're about to go blast off into our Discord voice chat after the show. I'll be in there around 11:15. But we have this dope video you gotta see from Breakfast Tacos. We previewed the song earlier in the Not a Mucho Newsy News. Now, it's time for you to experience the full ride. I'm Patrick Galactic. You're Weird at Night, and together we are unstoppable. We are Dada, baby. So, I'll see you this Saturday at 10 p.m. simulcasting with our friends on Converge. Catch us tomorrow, Wednesday at 4 p.m. on stereo. Catch me and Blaze in Space with Omari and the crew over at Converge Media this Friday on the Morning Update. For now, here's Breakfast Tacos.
I've said it in
You're weird at night, so weird at night. Thanks for being so weird at night. For 100 nights, weird at night.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Weird